Hey everyone, James here. I wanted to try a different video for our channel, see if you guys liked it. Basically, I'm calling this a working session. Just kind of showing you my process of how I kind of go about things. And right now I've been just so immersed in terms of GPTs. I think it's the hottest thing for me right now. So I'm just going to show you what I'm looking into. So right now, for today anyway, my biggest thing that I'm thinking about is, okay, well, just getting ideas in terms of what GPTs are currently out there. As far as I know right now, there is not a quote unquote app store for GPTs. That's going to be coming soon. I think that's just such a huge opportunity. Just like if you could have been there before the original app store came out for iPhones, if you could have been there before Kindle had their app store, just the nature of being there early on, you don't have to have as involved apps. I keep saying apps. That's the closest thing I can that I can relate it to. But having a GPT now, having a GPT ready when an app store first comes out, people are going to really want those initial apps, and you don't have to be as advanced to do well. So what I'm going to do right now is I went to Reddit. I think Reddit is a great place to do research. And I just did a search for GPTs, and I found this, went down some rabbit holes of different groups. And I just saw this thread saying, okay, they're going to release GPT Store soon, but here are the main directories. So I'm going to literally go through these directories while you're here and take a look at it. So the first one I'm seeing is gptstracker.com. So do anything with GPTs. I think it was smart for this person to make this website, or these other people, because they're filling a need. They're filling a need with the fact that people are want to see the different GPTs that are out there. They don't know where they're out there. So let's see here. Auto Expert Chat GPT Edition automatically impanels a dynamic group of experts to answer, debate, and drill into any question you have. So let's check it out. So if I click on it, launch GPT. Impanels a dynamic group of experts to answer, debate, and drill into any question that you have. One thing I like about this here is that it has this. It has a link to their website. I think that's interesting. So they I don't know if they've changed their name. It looks like they've changed their name to their link, or I have to figure out how to do that. So let's just click on it. Okay, so they have a link, but they don't actually have anything there. But then they have a Substack. All right, so you can join their email list. Okay, that's kind of neat. You could join their email list by using it. So let's just say act like automatically panels a group of experts to answer, debate, and drill into any questions you have. Okay. All right, how do I lose weight? So that's kind of interesting. And I was wondering, how would this be how would this be different than just using regular ChatGPT? So somehow they put it in. They said, okay, when someone puts in a question, I want you to immediately act like that expert. So if I'm asking about losing weight, well, the expert would be nutritionist. Okay, that's kind of cool. So let me stop that and say, how do I make money with stocks? That's taking a while. Let's see. That's one thing that bugs me about a little bit about ChatGPT right now, is that sometimes I remember hearing a comedian one time making fun of people that were complaining about their internet speed on an airplane, saying like you're flying however many feet up in the air, 40,000 feet, yet you're complaining about your Wi-Fi. Well, it's like this is so freaking amazing, but yet I'm complaining about the speed of it. It's kind of funny. So anyway, I'm sure it'll get faster. But again, tell me how to make money, and then it's saying, okay, well then the type of person needs to be a financial analyst. I think that's pretty cool. That is cool. All right. Now, coding wizard. All right, build a website with a sentence. All right, let's check that out. All right. Build me a website about how to be a dog trainer and make money. So, the one thing it's kind of cool that it's giving you the structure of the website, that you should have a homepage, etc. I just thought though that this was going to literally make the website for me. Maybe I've got that wrong, but that's what I thought this was going to do. Oh, excuse me. At the bottom it says if this aligns, I'll start writing the code. You can also use A to suggest alternative approaches or E to expand to any particular step. Okay, build me the website. It's getting pretty sick though when you think about it, like where it's literally making things for you. I can only imagine how this is going to get. So this is great if it makes the files, but again, first world problems. I have to get the file, upload it, which is it. It's stupid to think that way, but what I want and where I think this is going to go is eventually I'm just going to literally click a button. Now, this might take 6 months to get there. I don't know. The rate of advancement is going so quickly, but it might be that I just click a button and then like literally here's the website, like just done for you. So it's pretty sad, but it's like I'm not excited with the fact that I have to spend 20 minutes potentially to have these files created, which is still amazing, but I'm like hurry up and make my website for me. But it just shows you where we're going right now. It's just that the building blocks are being built to literally have everything done for you in seconds. So I'm just going to stop this one for now, but that's kind of cool. Let's see. Create Spotify music playlists for any prompt. Okay. Give me a playlist for Spotify of rockabilly music. I think I didn't notice this before. There's all these little changes happening with ChatGPT. Like I didn't notice that now at the top here you can it's telling me I can go to the plugin store from here. And I was excited for plugins, but since GPTs have come out, I feel like I've just kind of forgotten about plugins. I don't know. I'm sure plugins still have a lot of value, but I've quickly forgotten about it and just been thinking about GPTs. Now, to me, this here, it would be interesting if somehow this imported into my Spotify. If this literally, if this literally, I don't use Spotify, but if it literally put these songs in my Spotify, I'd be impressed. But if this is just giving me a playlist, like that's cool, but I could do that in regular ChatGPT. To me, the big part of the value of GPTs are that they're better than regular ChatGPT. So, I mean, I'm not hating on this, but that didn't really impress me. Okay, full stack development, I don't really care. YouTube summarizer. Okay, let's see what this does. YouTube summarizer. Get summary of YouTube video. Wow. This is all the GPTs this guy's made. I think he's made these. Let's just see. I don't know. Or is this a directory? No, it's by Checkfu. So these are all things that he's made. Wow. Talk about talk about getting it done. Wow. Okay, so let's go back to checkfu.com. Oh, I like that. This one here says The Art of War. So that's a book I read it a long time ago. I forget all the details of it, but basically it was written by I'm assuming I think it was someone in Japan that just but really good things that were like never you don't want to go against a big army if you're a small army. You'd rather kind of annoy them, pester them. If you're the big army, then you want to crush them. If all these kind of things like how, but you can apply this to business. But I like this because it's saying, well, again, you could go into ChatGPT and say, act like the art of war, and let me talk to it. But the fact is, they've taken and there may be more to it than this, but they basically taken the 5 seconds to say act like the art of war and then make a GPT, and that might be enough for people to say, okay, well, there's the art of war. Let me use that because it saved them, or either people don't know, whatever. GPTs are so easy to make. At least these initial types of GPTs, where you can say act like this. Okay, so this person basically said act like the art of war, and then act like the art of war, and then make an image for it, and you could make this in 5 minutes. But it's kind of cool. I like it. So, all right, tell me. Let's see. If I want to get a job and I don't have experience, what should I do? That's kind of cool. So it's referencing the art of war, where it says, know the enemy and yourself, take advantage of the enemy's unpreparedness, adapting and change. So they really are bringing out little mantras from the art of war, and then trying to relate it. So that's pretty cool. But like I like this. I like this GBT, and maybe I'm not sure too. It's showing my recent ones here. I don't know that you can save GPTs, like favorite them. Here's your recent, but I don't think there's a favorites. Okay, let's do the YouTube summarizer again. So that's going to be interesting. If you start to use a lot of GPTs, where am I going to have separate bookmarks for those? I really like that they've got their websites here. So if I edit this, if I edit mine and I go select a domain, okay, I have to do some kind of process to put my domain on here. Have a verified domain, which would be pixiedustai.com. Navigate to your DNS provider and add a text record with this value. Then, with this value, but it doesn't show what the value is. Add a text record with this value. Then check the record to complete the verification. Okay, I have to look into that. But that's what they're doing. They're choosing select a domain here, and then that's how they're showing their link. So hopefully, again, this is my first what I'm calling working session video. Let me know if you like that. If you like kind of following with me as I'm looking through things. Like I said, today is about just really kind of diving deep into what GPTs are out there and then formulating. I already have ideas. I already have GPTs that I'm going to be coming up with prolifically very soon. But seeing what else is kind of out there and it's going to be amazing because I just think there's kind of a there's some programmers that are super talented. They've been working as programmers for years and they've taken computer science but more and more I feel like that skill, which is an obvious skill, is in a way being commoditized because now it's more ideas because yes, there are people that can make GPTs a lot better than me because they have more of a programming background, but that gap is going to be shortened because the power of ChatGPT or GPTs itself will allow me just to simply go in and say I want this. And yeah, you could have took someone with 10 years of coding to make it, but I'll be able to make that soon in about 5 seconds. Not yet, but in terms of these act like this, it's the basically the GPTs that I'm seeing right now, and I'm sure there's a lot better GPTs I'm not referencing yet, but they're really just kind of making ChatGPT into another little package and saving you time. But it's pretty cool because there's ideas that I never thought to make my GPT act a certain way. Like I like this here viral hooks generator. If you are me, then who am I? Is that like a game? If you are me, then who am I? If you are me, then who am I? I don't know that I want to go in and put in my name and my gender and all this stuff. Did this GPT just assume my gender? Oh, so it's trying to say okay, so first of all, there's an option in here to in your settings. Is it builder profile now? No. There was an option, and maybe I'm missing it now, but there was an option where you could say, like, make ChatGPT act a certain way. Like if you say, if I write emails for them to be a lot of hype, or I want them to be this, and that, it would act that way. But this is kind of cool if you're saying act a certain way, then what? You're basically talking to yourself. So if I say I am funny, what does that mean? It's going to talk to me like I'm funny? I guess you could do something like this, that if you're like, I guess to complete tasks, if you're like, if you're doing some kind of data entry, and there was a certain task that you could say, you could make, well, the thing is, this isn't yours. I would make my own personal GPT that said, if I have a certain job to do, if I'm to analyze something, this is what I want you to do when this happens. Um, I want you to fix this. I want you to respond this way, and maybe you could give it data. You could put in an email. If you're getting a bunch of emails every day that you have to respond to, and you have to do the same kind of responses, you could just tell this what to do in the certain situations. If you make this more for yourself, and then you just paste it in, and then it gives you the email back, rather than you having to type, yes, this is the answer to this question. You could already you could give it enough details that you're like, here's this question, here's how I'd answer it, and then it learns. So then the next time you feed it 100 questions with your 100 answers, because you have a job that is kind of like this. You're saying the same things all the time. Then it learns that, so then it gets better and better and better. That when you put in question number 101, it's going to look at those previous 100 answers, and then be able to spew out something pretty close to the answer. And then again, you could write to it and say, okay, you did pretty good, but you should have answered it this way. In other words, you keep interacting with your own GPT to where it becomes super, super strong. So yeah, anyway, guys, this is just my process right here of just getting in here and interacting with these things so that I can figure out what it is that I want to do. And hopefully this is value to you. Let me know.